Hey Grand Adventurers, welcome back. I'm your host Mark Guido, and we've made an unplanned return visit to Lava Hot Springs, Idaho. Come along. Lava Hot Springs is the first stop on our Grand Adventure 2025, although it wasn't part of our original itinerary, but more on that later. For the rest of 2025 and beyond, we'll be bringing you scenic and informative RV travel episodes as we head north through Idaho and Montana into Canada, crossing Alberta and British Columbia until we reach Alaska, then exploring more of BC before crossing back into the United States and heading down the west coast. But this episode is about Lava Hot Springs, a small town, population 358, that lies along the Portneuf River in southeastern Idaho's rural Bannock County, along the old route of both the Oregon Trail and the California Trail. Lava Hot Springs has become a popular tourist destination, especially for residents of northern Utah. The Portneuf River runs right through the center of town, providing a turbulent inner tube run that's popular with summer visitors. Massive outdoor pool and water slide complex also draws summer visitors to this corner of Idaho, where about a dozen different campgrounds invite RV travelers to stop and stay a while. A name like Lava Hot Springs, though, hints at the town's primary draw. A system of geothermal mineral springs bubbles water to the surface of the earth at locations spread throughout the town. Numerous hotels have their own springs, but the primary complex is operated by an Idaho State Foundation. The springs were historically used by local Bannock and Shoshone Native Americans. In the early 1800s, explorers and fur trappers knew of the hot springs, and during the 1840s and 50s, travelers headed to California and Oregon were aware of the springs. In 1890, John and Mary Hall, English immigrants, homesteaded the site, and in 1902, the Shoshone and Bannock peoples ceded the hot spring site and surrounding acreage to the U.S. government. Water emerges from the earth here at a rate of 34 gallons per second, at a temperature of 113 degrees Fahrenheit. The water's mineral content includes manganese, sodium, iron, calcium bicarbonate, potassium, magnesium, iron, zinc, and fluoride. The state-run springs are an absolute bargain. Mrs. Grand Adventure and I are paying a midweek rate of $15 for both of us. Friday through Sunday, the admission price increases to a still very reasonable $12 per person. The springs are enormously relaxing to soak in. By the time we get back to our camp, we're truly ready for a nap or even completely call it a night on our quality RV mattress from our video sponsor, Brooklyn Bedding. Improve your sleep while camping with a new RV mattress from our video sponsor, Brooklyn Bedding. They offer 4 different mattress constructions in 21 different sizes, depending on preference and price point. Everything from standard queen to all of those funky, odd RV sizes. Brooklyn Bedding manufactures all of its mattresses right at their factory in Arizona. And RVmattress.com ships them right to your door for free, all rolled up and compressed in a vacuum seal. Just cut the wrap to unroll the mattress onto your bed, then cut the vacuum seal. For our mattress, Brooklyn Bedding starts with a layer of high-density foam for a supported base. Just above the base, an 8-inch core of over 1,000 individually encased coils provides the essential support. Immediately above the coils is a 1-inch layer of memory foam and 2-inch layer of hyper-elastic TitanFlex foam. Finally, at the very top is a 1.5-inch layer of antimicrobial CopperFlex foam with TitanCool, which is designed to maintain an ideal sleep body temperature of 88 degrees. Every RV mattress from Brooklyn Bedding comes with a limited lifetime warranty and a 120-night sleep trial. Visit RVmattress.com/grandadventure and use code GRANDADVENTURE to get a full 30% off your entire order. One benefit to our unplanned week in Lava Hot Springs is our return to Lava Campground, operated by Annie and Cameron Salt, who have become friends over the years. This is what Lava Campground looked like on our last visit for our early episode 73 back in 2018, with only about a dozen sites. But the couple's ambition and hard work, and the town's popularity, has allowed Lava Campground to explode. There are now over 100 water and electric RV sites on the property, carved out of what was once Cameron's alfalfa field. They haven't permitted sewer hookups, but there's a dump station centrally located within the campground. We paid $45 per night midweek and $50 per night on the weekend. The Salts have done a wonderful job laying out this campground, maintaining ample open space and space between sites. And they're genuinely good people who care about their guests. They've planted trees that will grow with time, but nothing that will obstruct Starlink's satellite signal. Everything is only a short bike ride, moderate walk, or a 3-minute drive from the hot springs. Don't have your own RV? Cam and Annie will rent you a renovated retro trailer of your own for the night. Under construction on the property for this season is what will be a large, attractive office and camp store, featuring a coffee and ice cream bar for visitors. After we filmed this, the framing already started going up quickly. We've enjoyed catching up with Cameron and Annie during our unplanned stay. But what prompted us to end up in Lava Hot Springs? We'll explain right after we take a quick ad break to pay the bills. So stay tuned. It's a long story, but I'll try to shorten it a bit. When we were in Quartzsite for Q25 back in January, we had some issues with our generator. Sometimes it would run, sometimes it wouldn't. And I had completely forgotten about that until I went to start the generator about a week before we left Salt Lake City. And sure enough, it was dead as a doornail. I got it to start once, but that was the only time I got it to start. Every other time it would try to start, but absolutely nothing would happen. So I called Champion, and they first gave me some really bad advice as to what they thought the problem was, and it was pretty clear that the issue they were presenting was not the issue I was having. So eventually they sent us down to a warranty service center, as it was still barely under its 2-year warranty period. That shop tried 2 different parts in succession that they ordered from Champion and replaced, and it still didn't solve the problem. By that point, we had already left. We left Salt Lake City, and we realized that we were going to have to return 3 hours each way to go get our generator once they got it fixed, but they never got it fixed. So hats off to Champion and hats off to the repair shop. They agreed to make arrangements to buy that old generator off me. And so instead of having to retrieve it from Salt Lake City, we've gone and bought a new Predator 5000 generator. We're going to use that for a few months before I report to you on how it's doing and but so far, initial impressions of that Predator are excellent. It's very thoughtfully designed. It's quiet as can be. It's a good value from Harbor Freight, and I'm impressed with it. But because we thought we had to go back, we didn't want to drive 4.5 hours each way. 3 hours each way was bad enough. So instead of continuing on to the boondocking spot where we planned to be northwest of Idaho Springs, we settled on returning to see Cameron and Annie here at Lava Hot Springs in Lava Campground. Also, going boondocking without a generator as a backup, I really wasn't enamored with that idea. I'd hate to get caught with my pants down with the batteries going dead on a string of successively cloudy days, and we've had mixed weather this week. So without the generator, it would have been a little bit iffy trying to get by just on solar alone. This little southeastern corner of Idaho surrounding Lava Hot Springs is truly beautiful. The Portneuf Range extends southwards from the Snake River Plain in Pocatello to right on the doorstep of Lava Hot Springs. Ample recreation opportunities exist here to keep RV campers entertained. From hiking to fishing, mountain biking to even alpine skiing. The skiing takes place at Pebble Creek Ski Area, a true hidden gem in the Portneuf Range that we brought you to for a little winter camping in 2021. If you prefer your slopes crowded and your powder tracked down, don't click that link to our Grand Adventure episode 192 right here on your screen. We hope that you've enjoyed returning to wonderful Lava Hot Springs, Idaho with us. If you liked this episode, it's extremely important to us that you give us a big thumbs up down below. And while you're down below, that's where you'll find the comment section, where we'd love to hear from you each and every week, and we're here to answer any questions that you may have. We'd be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. But if you're not yet a Grand Adventurer yourself, coming up next Wednesday, we're going to be exploring Bay Horse Ghost Town near Challis, Idaho. So now is the perfect time for you to go smash that little subscribe button right down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And ring that notification bell to be sure that you never miss a grand adventure. So until next Wednesday from Challis, Idaho, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.